Okaeri Nasai Minasan. Today we're gonna talk about Geats Extra Kamen Rider PunkJack. This is a really entertaining episode for me to watch. For me, this is an episode. It really felt like episode 35.5. Before you watch 36, you watch PunkJack. It fit right into the story because you kind of like see what happened to PunkJack and how he actually goes back together with Niram to meet with Sumori once again. Okay, so a few things that we learned from this spin-off extra series from Kamen Rider PunkJack. The first thing we want to talk about here is how the hell did PunkJack actually survive. So PunkJack did not die, okay? The reason why I say that he did not die and he did not get resurrected is because if he died and he got resurrected, he would not end up in a hospital bed, okay? Like the goddess of creation is able to resurrect you fully in full health. Like why would the goddess of creation resurrect you in a damaged set and you need to lie on the hospital bed? And Niram actually explained that he is the reason why PunkJack still survived, because PunkJack is one of the sponsored grandson, and as a producer you don't want to sabotage any business relationship you have with one of the sponsor, the main sponsor of the game itself. So Niram is just doing his job as the producer. He even went to when he went to meet PunkJack, he actually bowed down to PunkJack. Wow, that is really unexpected. But with that being said, we need to talk about something really interesting, and that is the origin story of PunkJack. So when PunkJack actually goes to the origin story, we actually get to see a lot of things being explained to us. Like in the DGP itself, there is a lot of department. There is like the memory eraser department, and there's like also like evidence collection department. There's also like combat unit to prevent like rider that's trying to escape department. There's a lot of different department there, but the one that PunkJack actually stays in is the security department, I would say. Okay, like he actually has the desire driver and also a blank ID call, which allows him to henshin into the security of the DGP itself. And the rest of the security guard also have a similar thing. And the funny thing is that they actually are in charge in collecting all those ID core itself. So we also learn based on the flashback, or based on the Geats Extra, whatever you want to call it, we actually learn that the goddess of creation is actually fueled by using the gira, they call it the gira, the desire of the rider itself as the fuel for the goddess of creation. And that would actually makes so much sense, okay? Like, because all this while I have been thinking to myself, like, if like for a show to be entertaining, okay, like if you like, and especially you have someone like Ukyo S, who is always gonna be competing multiple round, and we also get to see Buffa competing multiple round in the DGP. Like why always them? Why are they always the one that get chosen? And yet there are still so many riders being chosen in every season. Like, isn't that like a little bit hectic to watch something like that? And now we finally know the truth. The reason why there are so many riders that is being chosen in the first round is so that they can collect all those gira energy, all those desire from the human that actually has a kind of like a desire to fulfill something like that. And that also happens to Keiwa, I think, in episode, I forgot which episode, but we also see that happening to Keiwa when he loses the desire for war peace, to save people, to help people, and that is something quite entertaining to watch as well, okay? Because like and that is why when they touch the ID call once again, their memory came back, and their even their gira, their desire actually came back as well. So that is really interesting. And I will say this information is very crucial, because how do I say this? Like, I think like even in this Geats Extra, we also get to see them touching on this topic a little bit, because like when he chose to retire from the game and go back to the wife, we actually get to see like PunkJack actually asking himself, like, is Hiroki more happy being together with his wife without the music in his life, or is he gonna be more happy when he's in the band pursuing the music, something like that. So that is something that Hallelujah Win is actually thinking about and struggling in this series, and I felt like this is also gonna be something that Keiwa needs to think as well. Is all these people losing the desire much more happy than they are without having a desire at all? Because we actually get to see Buffa doing a similar thing going on right here, because Buffa is going out there destroying multiple ID core, like he's crushing the ID core of the rider left and right, and we actually learned that in episode 36 he's doing this because he wants to kind of like teach them a lesson, something like that. But I am not sure whether or not he realized that by doing that, all these people is gonna lose their desire, like the desire that they actually wrote down in the card. They're gonna lose that. Okay, so is they gonna be more happy for them once you actually lose a desire? Because if you really think about it, I just want to talk about it in a more philosophical way, because like you wouldn't felt unhappy if you don't have any desire for more. It is only the desire for more and knowing that you don't have enough, you would actually felt sad for your current situation. But if you already is content with your current situation, nothing can actually tempt you into wanting more, into like pursuing something or having a desire for something greater, something like that. So I would say losing that desire would actually make someone much more happy in a sense in their life, because they no longer had that desire to pursue anything, and they are content with the life that they have right now. So that is something really, really interesting for us to actually think about, and KY would definitely need to think about this as well in the future. And it actually makes quite a lot of sense, and it actually fixes a plot hole that I felt like that is not really being answered here. Because remember when we actually explore the goddess of creation, like how the fuel was being used and all the stuff, like Kewa kind of like has a misunderstanding, like, oh, humans' life are being sacrificed, others people's happiness is being sacrificed for the gain of the goddess of creation, like wish system, something like that. But we actually get to see here in Kamen Rider PunkJack that is not the case. They are only using the Gira. The human itself is still alive, even though it is technically trying to stow away their happiness. But like I said, it can be argued, depend on how you want to argue about it. But really, really crazy stuff here. But the most surprising thing here is by the end of the Kamen Rider PunkJack series, we actually get to see like Girori already planned to recruit PunkJack into his nakama for the sole purpose of taking down Ukyo S itself, and that is why he prepared the PunkJack ID call for him and ask him to sabotage Ukyo S itself. So we are not sure what is gonna happen and what PunkJack is gonna do moving forward, because right now we actually get to see like PunkJack actually only helping Niram, because Niram is asking him to do research on the origin of Ukyo S, and we are on the origin of Mitsune and all those stuff. But in the next episode 37 of Kamen Rider Geats, we are also gonna see a little bit of pure, like we're gonna see Bulls Mark 3. Okay, like when we see that happen, like is something big is definitely gonna happen for that to actually happen. So that is all from me. Hope you enjoy. If you like what you see, you know what to do. Subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye.